What's up, guys? I'm Brendan Vanson.
It's 7:30 in the morning or so, and we're at the gates of Los Glacieres National Park to head into Perito Moreno Glacier. I've never, ever been in there at sunrise when we've gotten light. I've never been in there when it wasn't pouring rain. And I'm not gonna hold out hope for today because it's probably not gonna happen. But it is gonna be beautiful no matter what. So let's cruise in. So we are here at Perito Moreno Glacier. We had to be a little bit cutthroat to get to the front of the line, but we're the first ones here, probably by a good 15 minutes. That's good news. The other good news is that it's not raining. It's overcast. It's not perfect here, but it's not raining. You might remember last year, Greg and I were here. I did an episode called The Good News, Bad News, and it was pouring rain on us the whole time. And this time, at least it's not raining. We're not getting light, but at least it's not raining. And the better news is that this place is just incredible. Blows my mind every time I come here. So it's starting to get a little bit busy. There's this really nice group of Japanese tourists here with us, and I've just got my shot. I kind of just want to talk to you guys what I did, because this is a big, huge piece of ice, and I did a wide angle shot at 16:35 and to get it all in, and it looks good. But what happens when you go 16:35 ultra wide like that is you lose the perspective, you lose the depth, you lose the scale of it. So instead, I flipped my camera around vertical and I shot a 4-shot pano across, and that just makes a bigger image. For one, it's more megapixels, but it also creates a bit of a telephoto effect to it, or it definitely is a telephoto effect to it, and it keeps more of the scale in the image. So I'm going to share both of those with you guys now. The wide angle shot, and then the pano. And now I think I'm going to take some of the group down a little bit farther. Here you've got the fall colors in the foreground of your shot, but down there you can get the ice in the foreground of your shot. So heading down. Let's talk about composition really quickly here. You get the hero image out of the way, and then you start zooming in, you start telephoting in on things, and I always start really wide and then slowly move in. So I'm still on the 16:35. I'll eventually move maybe to 50 and then 70 to 200. But composition wise right now, I have this shot angled this way against this mountain, which actually looks like it's gonna clear. I don't want to jinx it, but it looks like it's about to clear off. And normally I would promote leading lines, and this one actually kind of carves away. Your eye kind of leads away, but it's almost like a zigzag effect. And sometimes a zigzag line is just as cool as a leading line. So what's happening here is the front of the glacier is kind of riding away from the image, and it gets to the mountain. And then the glacier itself is another line that zigs to the right, and then the mountain ridge zigs up for your third line. So it's a zigzagging line. It's not a rule of composition. I'm not sure if I'm the one that made that up, but I'm gonna take credit for it if it looks cool. If it looks bad, Thomas Heaton invented it.
What's up, B?
Dude.
I know, right?
Water spots because there's a bit of rain. Try to clear that. Anyways, I want to talk now about the fact that this workshop, or this trip, and I'm gonna jinx it right now, has got nothing but spectacular light. Look at the light right now. It's different. It's glowing gold in the background, but it's all contrasting incredibly because you've got this fall color of the red on the mountains, you've got the blue, you've got the gold, and this is just unreal. Also unreal, we just saw a giant calving. I don't know if Greg got it on the B-roll, probably not because Greg is fired. Anyways, it was incredible, and this moment's incredible, and it doesn't get better than this. We're down here, a small group of us have come down to the bottom, and I kind of wish I was around Tom, because one of the cool things about, I think, this workshop is that Tom and I could not be more different. I'm assuming Tom's up there working on one like perfect composition.
What's up, guys? I'm Brendan Vanson, and we've just seen this calving of the ice, and it was ridiculous. It was crazy.
Where I'm having this I can't even moment, where I'm just like, I can't even grasp how cool this is and how many different shots there are to make. I'm going wide, I'm going telephoto, I'm going all over the place. Now, the thing I want to talk about quickly is the fact that you have to really try not to get distracted by the obvious. So the obvious here is the massive glacier that's right in front of you, but the way the light is catching all of this stuff in the background, you've got this peak way off in the distance, and all these peaks are catching light, and with a telephoto lens, we're all kind of just shooting that way, just picking off peaks and catching that light in a really dramatic way. Yeah, I think Tom's up there probably shooting the world's greatest photo ever taken of Perito Moreno Glacier, whereas I'm shooting about 45 really good ones. So mornings like this, they don't happen that often. That was just next level. I think this is my 4th time here at Perito Moreno Glacier, and every time I've come here, I get in, I get hammered by rain, I get a couple shots I'm okay with, and I leave. This time we came in, we got 4 or 5 shots that I like, and every single participant from this group got 4 or 5 shots they love. And then we just took it all in. We just kind of like sat around watching and enjoying nature. A condor flew by. The glaciers were calving. And it was perfect. It was just absolutely perfect. And now we're gonna cruise on. We're heading to El Chalten, which is also in the same national park. But to get there, you gotta go all the way around. So it's like a 4 or 5 hour drive. So we're gonna jump in the vans and cruise to El Chalten. So the plan today was to just get into El Chalten, take a chill night, relax, and wait for sunrise. This location, or just Chalten in general, is much better at sunrise than sunset, because the sun rises over there where it's generally clear. The sun punches through and lights up Fitzroy and all the other peaks. It looks unbelievable. But we're ahead of schedule, and we're coming in, and the backlight's actually really, really interesting. It's really heavy cloud on the horizon, and then the sun kind of coming through. So I think we're gonna stop and get pictures, even though we weren't planning on it. As one of the participants say, why not shoot? That's what we're here for. So personally, I'm gonna bust out a 70 to 200 millimeter lens and just try to get some serious reach on this mountain. Maybe play with some long exposure stuff to get the wispiness of the clouds. And yeah, this is unbelievable. So technically, people will talk about trying to get everything exposed properly, not too bright, not too dark. But from an art standpoint or from a mood standpoint, that's not always the most important thing. The most important thing is what emotion does that image say. So I'm trying to do like a slightly underexposed shot, with maybe some of the highlights kind of working as like a key light ringing over Fitzroy as Greg's got the drone humming over there. And the image is a little bit dark, but I think it's working. I've got a long exposure going, like 30 seconds, I believe, f16, so nothing crazy. 10 stop ND and a 2 stop soft grad ND on top, and it should be done in a second or two. And there it is. And yeah, it looks fantastic. I think I need to recompose it just a touch because it's a little bit off center, but I'm really, really happy with the mood of that image. So this spot in Chalten in general is definitely a sunrise spot, but what's happening right now is kind of crazy because it looks to the eye here like it's just packed with cloud and like there's nowhere for the light to come through. And sometimes that really works if you can get the sunlight to come up through the horizon and to give like underglow to the clouds. But the interesting thing is the cloud is packed through the horizon, but somehow light is coming up from the sun, hitting some of the clouds at the top and then reflecting down on the peaks, and there's actually some like glow on the peaks even though the sun's behind the clouds, which is, it's just crazy. So I've got the 70-200 out. I'm gonna get one last shot and then I think we're gonna call this an episode and pack up into town and get some empanadas. So we're in our hotel for the night. We aren't getting empanadas. You might remember last year we found the best empanadas ever. We just found out that that empanada shop is shut down for the year. So that's the bad news. Good news is though, Fitzroy's right out there somewhere, and tomorrow we'll photograph it a little bit more. So I'll see you guys tomorrow on tomorrow's episode here in El Chalten. Peace.